Hello, we're the Gattons. I'm Rebecca.
And I'm Joe.
This is our son, Trey.
And Pat's asked us to share our spiritual journey.
For some reason, Rebecca and I just, I guess, clicked as we were working together. Her work ethic was one that I admired and respected a lot.
My spiritual journey basically started when I met Mark Korthels at work. It was we were working together at AT&T, and for a couple of years he kept asking me if I wanted to go to his church or if I wanted to go see some really neat music, and just kept on making excuses not to. We were on our way to Mark and Cheryl's for a Bible study, and Joe says to me, "We should get married." I said, "Great, when?" And he said, "Oh, it's this weekend." And I said, "Great."
My spiritual journey started a little bit before hers. I was brought up in sort of in the church, and then didn't really believe or pay attention to anything. Then I met Rebecca, and I knew I probably should start going back to church. I wasn't really happy with the way I was living or my life, so I suggested to her that we go back to church, and she said, "Well, I have a friend that I work with that he's been trying to get me to go to church for 2 years now." So
it just took a little bit longer after Joe started to love me, and I just really realized if Joe could love me with all my faults, then why couldn't God love me? I think if it hadn't been for Mark and Cheryl and to see them interact in their marriage, I'm not sure I'd have the marriage I have today. Not just because they brought us to God, but because of the way that they are when they're together. I looked at that, and I was, single for 2 years until I met Joe, and knowing Mark, and I just thought, I want a marriage like that.
Without Mark and Cheryl, I doubt we would be in church today, really. Because of the example that they showed us on how a Christian marriage should be and a Christian family.
Yeah, and meeting Joe, I remember Rebecca talking about this wonderful man that she had met, and very similar to our relationship when Cheryl and I met. It was something that we knew almost right away, and I guess hearing Rebecca talk about Joe, you could tell that she had that same passion and I guess knowledge of just that this was the guy that she'd been looking for. It wasn't my intention to go out and as soon as I met Rebecca, I looked at her and said, that's a girl that needs to be saved, and I'm going to be the person to do it. It just really comes down to living your faith, and by living it, that is probably your greatest testimony. And what starts to happen when you start to see these changes happen in a person like that, you become very excited. And there was many times when Cheryl and I, after being with Rebecca and then with Rebecca and Joe, especially during the small group times, and really seeing them taking some steps, and not just baby steps, but really wanting to dig in and go deeper with their faith. It was very exciting. I mean, we, many times at the end would sit at the table after everyone left and would just, and not that we were glowing thinking, oh, we were great in doing this. It was really just so much fun to see God really working in someone's life like that.